Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into something really interesting, how some of our oldest institutions, like churches, are figuring out a very modern problem, how to build a real thriving community online. We're going to break down a model that aims to turn passive viewers into a truly sustainable congregation.
So here's this kind of weird situation, right? You've got these faith communities with a huge online reach. I mean, their sermons and services are getting thousands, sometimes millions of views. But that massive audience often doesn't translate into the support they need to, keep the lights on and keep their mission going. So what's the disconnect here?
Well, it all boils down to this simple contrast. On one side, you've got the common struggle, lots of passive viewers and really unpredictable donations. But on the other side, there's a strategic shift, turning those viewers into actual active members. And that creates predictable, recurring revenue. It's really the difference between just broadcasting a message and building a community.
And that brings us right to the heart of the problem, which we can call the empty digital pew. It's a great way to put it because it shows that just having an audience online, well, that's not the same thing as having a congregation.
The real challenge is that platforms like YouTube are, they're designed for you to just watch and scroll. A view doesn't mean commitment. There's often no clear path for someone watching online to become a deeply connected, supportive member of that community. There's a huge relationship gap.
So how do you bridge that gap? The solution is all about creating that missing pathway, and it fundamentally changes the game for these organizations.
It's called the digital membership model, and the key word here is strategy. This is not just slapping a donation button on a website. No, it's a structured plan to offer real value. We're talking premium content, exclusive access, in exchange for a viewer's commitment to becoming a true digital member.
The model itself is built on two big ideas that have to work together, and it's not just about the money. The first pillar is building genuine community and connection. And from that foundation, the second pillar naturally emerges, a sustainable financial engine that's powered by that engaged community.
Now, you might be thinking this sounds like a huge long-term project, right? But one of the most compelling parts of this whole strategy is just how fast it can be implemented. We are literally talking about a complete transformation in just 30 days.
The whole process is a focused 4-week sprint. Week 1 is all about strategy and branding. Week 2, you're handling all the techie stuff in the background. Week 3, you launch the members-only platform, and by week 4, the marketing campaign goes live to bring people in. The whole thing is designed for speed and efficiency.
And if we look under the hood, these are the real deal actions that make it all happen. It's a full-service approach, everything from optimizing the public YouTube channel to setting up a secure billing system and, crucially, creating a smooth onboarding process for new members. Every single step is planned out. And this slide really shows why professional execution is so critical. A DIY approach with a cell phone might seem easy, but honestly, it often fails to build trust. To get viewers to convert, you need quality, a professional crew and polished content. It sends a signal that the community is valued, and it makes that premium experience something worth paying for.
Okay, but what about the financials? Let's take a look at the engine that actually powers this whole transformation. The entire financial model kicks off with a price point that is intentionally super accessible, just $3.99 a month. The thinking here is crucial. It's less than a cup of coffee, right? So it makes it a very low-friction decision for a viewer to become a supporter. It's a small commitment individually, but its real power comes from scale. So the next question is, how many people can you actually expect to sign up?
Well, the projections are based on a pretty conservative, industry-standard conversion rate of 5%. This is the key metric that makes the model predictable. It basically assumes that for every 100 regular viewers, you can realistically convert 5 of them into paying members. This isn't some overly optimistic guess, it's an achievable target that allows for stable financial planning.
And this is where you can really see the scaling power of the model. I mean, look at these numbers. Starting with just 500 members can generate almost $24,000 a year. But as that community grows to 2,500 members, the annual revenue jumps to almost $120,000. That is a game-changing amount of funding for new outreach and community programs.
So who is behind a model like this? Well, the team is this fascinating combination of skills. It's a partnership between Dr. Virgil Jones, who's a senior pastor with deep roots in the community, and Lamont Pete, a Hollywood producer with decades of experience at places like Warner Bros. And Netflix. This fusion of ministry and media expertise is what makes this kind of execution even possible.
So clearly, this strategy is about way more than just raising funds. It's a data-driven blueprint for building a measurable, thriving, and deeply engaged digital community.
Success isn't just a guess, it's tracked on an analytics dashboard. The team monitors everything from membership growth and watch time to member retention and the financial return on investment. And this allows them to constantly tweak and refine things to better serve the community.
So ultimately, what we're looking at here is a complete, repeatable blueprint. It's a long-term strategy that shifts a ministry from just surviving on inconsistent donations to actually thriving on the support of a dedicated and growing digital congregation.
And this brings us to a final, bigger question. If this blend of professional media and strategic community building can create a sustainable future for a church, just imagine the potential. What other nonprofits or creators or community organizations could use this exact blueprint to not just survive, but truly thrive in the digital age?